to my channel. My name is Ashley. You can also call me Harvey, and happy 4th night of Hanukkah. Today is the 2nd night of Hanukkah when I'm filming this, and today, as you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about anti-Semitic tropes, conspiracies, whatever you want to call them, their histories, where they came from, and how they impact modern media and modern thought and modern discussion, and how it's seeping in, you know, how anti-Semitism has how anti-Semitism has seeped into all levels of media and consumption and literature and things like that. So the first anti-Semitic trope, conspiracy, theory that I want to talk about is blood libel. So I'm gonna read a bit of info off my phone because I don't want to get it wrong. Blood libel is, so if you don't know what the word libel is a accusation that can't be proved, I think. Okay, Google, define libel.
Libel has 4 different meanings. Starting with the most common one, libel can be used as a noun to mean a published false statement that is damaging to a person's reputation, a written defamation. Is that the meaning you were thinking of?
Yes. Blood libel is the belief that Jews use the blood of children, specifically Christian/non-Jewish children, in rituals, and, you know, killing them for their blood in order to use them as part of religious rituals, cooking, poisoning, all these types of things. And this started in Europe, and this is very prevalent still in Europe and also in some Islamic. So blood libels typically nowadays include theories that Jews use blood in the baking of matzah for Passover and other rituals. And earlier on, blood libel is about the killing of Christ and blaming Jews for the death of Christ, even though historically it was the Romans that did it. But anywho, so 3 of the earliest cases of blood libel in England are William of Norwich, Little St. Hugh of Lincoln, and Simon of Trent, and they all became the martyr of local groups going around blaming the Jews for the death of these Christian children. Now, blood libel is still alive and well, and we can see it in a lot of folklore, European folklore especially, and the types of creatures and people in folklore, and how we know folklore impacts our modern storytelling and the modern stories that we choose to tell. And I'm just going to give you a few examples of a story that is a blood libel story. So first of all, witches using children for any sort of nefarious purpose. That is blood libel. So one of the most popular examples of this, Hocus Pocus. Witches canonically have Jewish features. Have you ever noticed that? They have big noses, curly hair, dark hair. You know what that's supposed to be, don't you? Another famous, well-known story about a witch using children for nefarious purposes, Hansel and Gretel. And another one that's pretty close to my heart because I love the movie Tangled is the Rapunzel story. How Rapunzel is kidnapped by Mother Gothel for nefarious purposes to keep her young. She uses the magic of a blonde, green-eyed, Christian-esque child. And Mother Gothel is also quite Jewish looking in her features, and interestingly, in the original concept art, she had much rounder features and straight hair, but she was changed to look more Jewish, which probably wasn't purposeful because Jewish characteristics are also seen as evil characteristics. Have you ever noticed how all these Disney villains have big noses? That didn't come out of nowhere. That's anti-Semitism. So the second trope, myth, libel, I guess, that I want to talk about that impacts modern day media and modern day thought is the Elders of Zion. Now, this started back in Russia in 1903. The Protocols of the Elder of Zion, or the Protocols of the Meeting of the Learned Elders of Zion, which is a fabricated anti-Semitic text purporting to describe the Jewish plan for world domination. Now, doesn't that sound familiar? And this is generally believed to be, this being the Elders of Zion pamphlet, is generally believed to be the beginning, the first ever, the oldest in history conspiracy theory. And many, if not all, conspiracy theories lead back to some small group of people that are evil and they control the world for their own nefarious purposes. And who do you think those people are? The Jews. Yes, they are. So anytime you hear conspiracy theories where there is a small group of people, elites, who run the banks or run the media or run the world or control the weather or are very, 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 very rich, question it. If there's a conspiracy theory that blames anything bad on a small group of people, it's highly likely this dates back to the Elders of Zion pamphlet. And it's really sad because I know everyone these days is obsessed with conspiracy theories, and conspiracy theories are running rampant, but with things like QAnon and Pizzagate, you can see just how dangerous these conspiracies can get and how not good they are. And I will link down below a TikToker who does a very informative series on conspiracy theories and the levels of conspiracy and how damaging they are to society and to yourself. But if you follow most conspiracy theories about who controls whatever's going on, if you follow it back to the root of the conspiracy, it is a small group of people that control the world, and it is based on this anti-Semitic pamphlet. And another one added onto this is how there's a meme going around at the moment calling Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, as you all know, who is a billionaire, as a lizard person. Now, this is another anti-Semitic stereotype that I'm not really going to go into, but a lizard person who controls the world, who just so happens to be Jewish. Now, I'm not taking away from the fact that he's a billionaire and he doesn't need to be a billionaire, but why is he the only one called a lizard when there is Jeff Bezos just out there and he doesn't get memed into a lizard? Have you ever thought about why that is? The answer is anti-Semitism. So, sort of key words in that are things like the Rothschilds and the Soroses and the elites, the banking elites, all of this rhetoric, which is extremely popular in leftist culture and people who criticize capitalism. It is very, very easy to slip into a conversation that has heavy anti-Semitic undertones. So I just wanted to talk about it. But in media, we can also see this portrayed in characters in stories. For example, I don't watch Umbrella Academy, but I've heard that one of the characters or plots in Umbrella Academy is about this woman who is like controlling the world or the town, I don't know, but she speaks Yiddish. Very anti-Semitic. Yiddish being a Jewish language spoken in Germany and Europe, which is a really interesting choice of secret language to have the villain talk, don't you think? But also, this is in anti-Semitic tropes like the goblins in Harry Potter, who are greedy, selfish, hook-nosed bankers. Just gotta say, that's worrying. And J.K. Rowling is worrying for a lot of reasons. This isn't the only thing that is really dodgy. Like, also, she's called one of the only black characters in the series Kingsley Shacklebolt. It's a bit ignorant, at the very least. Okay, so that is all I'm going to say. This video is probably a little bit rambly, but I just want to discuss with you and bring it up to you some common anti-Semitic ideas, tropes, and underlying themes that do perforate our media consumption, our storytelling, and things like that, because I think it's really important to be aware of the biased undertones of the media. Now, you know, anti-Semitism isn't the only problem. There's racism and Islamophobia and homophobia, but anti-Semitism has been in Europe and so Western culture for a long time now, and so it's the underpinning to the way that European and Western storytelling works. So I just thought I'd let you in on a little bit of the information so that you can go out into the world and consume media a little bit more knowledgeably. That's not a word. Anyway, I hope you're having a really great Hanukkah. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Vlognukkah. Tomorrow will actually be a historic materials review, so not technically Vlognukkah, but I am posting that video as I have been doing since the beginning of the season. But anyway, if you want to skip that, I'll see you on Tuesday, and on Tuesday we will be looking at some Hanukkah food. Finally, I'm so excited. Me and my boyfriend, we're going to make donuts and it's going to be great. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, do let me know down below. And thanks for being faithful, and thanks for watching.
For each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they